To protect our family, I took the blame for my brother's mistake until he let me face the fallout alone. My name is Evan, I'm 33 years old, and for most of my life, I've believed that family was something worth sacrificing for. That belief was stitched into me from the time I was a kid, not because anyone said it directly, but because my parents lived it. My father, Greg, worked himself sick in a factory job that paid just enough to keep food on the table. My mother, Claire, used to say that we might not have had much, but we had each other, and that was more valuable than anything money could buy. I held on to that idea like a moral compass, but as I would later find out, loyalty, real loyalty, can't be one-sided. I have one brother, Liam, who's 2 years younger than me. Growing up, he was always the charming one, the kind of person who could get away with things because he could make anyone laugh after screwing up. I was the quieter one, the one who took things too seriously, the one teachers called reliable, the one who parents trusted to babysit their kids. That balance between us worked for a long time until it didn't, because when you build your life being the dependable one, it's almost inevitable that someone will take advantage of that reliability when it matters most. Liam and I used to be close. We shared a room until I was 18, and when I left for college, I remember him hugging me at the bus station and saying he'd miss having me around. I believed him, even after he started going down paths that didn't fit the version of him I'd known, skipping classes, getting into fights, borrowing money from people he shouldn't. I still saw the kid who used to sneak into my bed after nightmares and tell me he couldn't sleep without hearing my breathing. I thought that meant something. When our dad died of a stroke 3 years ago, it shook both of us, but it hit Liam differently. He spiraled. He lost his job at the auto shop and started hanging around with guys who never had anything good to offer. I had my own struggles, trying to keep up with bills, taking care of mom, and figuring out my place in a world that suddenly felt hollow without dad's steady presence. But even then, I couldn't turn my back on Liam. It felt like betrayal to even consider it. I remember one night vividly, the kind of night that becomes a fixed point in your memory. It was early March, cold and wet, the kind of damp that creeps into your bones. I'd just gotten home from work when Liam showed up at my apartment. His eyes were wide, red from either crying or lack of sleep. He wouldn't look me in the eye when he said he needed help. He didn't say much else, just that something had gone wrong, and if he didn't figure it out, he was screwed. I didn't ask questions. I should have. That night set everything in motion. He told me he'd borrowed money, a lot of it from one of his so-called friends to fix his car, but then he'd crashed that same car into a parked vehicle outside a bar. It wasn't just a fender bender either. The owner had filed a police report, there were witnesses, and the worst part, Liam had been drinking. He wasn't arrested that night, but the cops were looking for whoever matched his car description. He said he couldn't afford to get another strike. His license had already been suspended a year earlier, and this would ruin any chance he had left of rebuilding his life. I remember standing there in silence. Full story on my channel, link below.